Have you ever wondered how Islamic principles can guide your financial decisions, leading to prosperity and financial security? Welcome to our insightful journey into the realm of Islamic financial support. Today we'll be exploring the art of financial planning from an Islamic perspective. In a world where financial turmoil is just a mishap away, mastering the art of money management is more crucial than ever. And what better way to navigate these choppy waters than with the guidance of Islamic principles? These principles not only promote financial stability, but also foster a sense of contentment and peace in our lives. Today, we're going to arm you with practical steps deeply rooted in Islamic teachings to help you avoid the dreaded pitfall of being broke. From curtailing reckless spending habits to setting achievable financial goals, we've got you covered. So buckle up and get ready for an enlightening journey. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the steps of Islamic financial planning. Remember, wealth in Islam is a blessing from Allah, and it should not be squandered. Now, let's talk about the principle of moderation and avoiding extravagance. It's tempting to want the latest gadgets, the fanciest cars, or the most luxurious vacations, but living beyond your means can lead to financial stress and debt. Instead, consider the Islamic principle of moderation. This principle encourages us to live within our means, to save for the future, and to avoid unnecessary spending. It's not about depriving yourself of the good things in life, but rather making wise decisions about your money. Plan your budget carefully. Be mindful of your income and expenses. Prioritize your needs over your wants. And remember, it's not the material possessions that define our worth, but our actions, our character, and our relationship with Allah. Always strive for balance and moderation in your financial life. Impulse buying can lead to financial ruin, but how can we avoid it? Impulse spending, also known as reckless spending, can act as a swift current, sweeping away your hard-earned wealth before you even realize it. It's often driven by a moment's desire with little thought given to long-term consequences. Islamic teachings guide us to refrain from such impulsive actions, encouraging us to exercise patience, self-control, and thoughtful deliberation before parting with our money. Consider this: every time you're tempted to make an impulsive purchase, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself, is this a need or merely a want? Can I afford it without straining my budget? Will this purchase bring me long-term satisfaction or just momentary pleasure? By incorporating these questions into your spending habits, you invite mindfulness into your financial decisions. It's not about depriving yourself, rather, it's about making smart, conscious choices that align with your financial health and overall well-being. Control your desires and your wallet will thank you. Setting financial goals is like setting a compass for your journey through life. This statement couldn't be more true, especially when it comes to managing our finances. Financial goals give us a clear direction of where we want to go and how we plan to get there. They provide us a roadmap to our desired financial future. In the realm of Islamic teachings, planning and setting goals is highly encouraged. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, once said, "The most beloved actions to Allah are those performed consistently, even if they are few." This wise saying not only applies to our spiritual life, but to our financial life as well. Consistency in setting and pursuing financial goals is key to achieving financial security and prosperity. So, how do we set these financial goals? Well, it all starts with understanding your current financial situation. Take a comprehensive look at your income, savings, expenses, and debts. This will give you a clear picture of where you stand financially. Next, you need to identify what you want to achieve. Do you want to buy a home, start a business, save for your child's education, or retire comfortably? These are all examples of financial goals. Write them down, make them specific, and attach a timeline to each. For instance, instead of saying, "I want to save for a house," say, "I want to save $200,000 for a house down payment in 5 years." This gives your goal clarity and makes it measurable. Once you've set your goals, it's time to create a plan to achieve them. This is where budgeting comes in. Allocate a portion of your income towards your goals and stick to it. Remember, consistency is key. With your plan in place, regularly review and adjust it as necessary. Life is unpredictable and sometimes our financial situation changes. When this happens, don't be afraid to revise your goals and plans accordingly. In all of this, let's not forget the Islamic principle of moderation. Avoid extremes in all matters, including finances. Don't set goals that are beyond your means, and don't be too lax either. Balance is the key. Remember, a goal without a plan is just a wish. So set your financial goals, make a plan, and embark on your journey towards financial security and prosperity. Emergencies can strike at any time. Are you financially prepared? Picture this. You're going about your day, and then the unexpected happens. A medical emergency, a sudden job loss, or a critical home repair. Life is full of surprises, some pleasant, some not so much. It's for these not-so-pleasant surprises that we need to be financially prepared. This is where emergency savings come in. The idea is simple. Set aside a portion of your income regularly to build a safety net. In the Islamic tradition, saving is not just a financial strategy, but a spiritual practice. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Take benefit of 5 before 5, your youth before your old age, your health before your sickness, your wealth before your poverty, your free time before your preoccupation, and your life before your death." This hadith teaches us the value of planning ahead and using our resources wisely, including our wealth. But having a safety net is just one part of the equation. The other part is growing your wealth, and that's where investments come into play. Investments are like seeds you plant today for a harvest in the future. But remember, not all seeds bear fruit. So you must choose your investments wisely. In Islamic finance, investments should be halal, meaning they should comply with Islamic law. They should be free from elements like riba, interest, gara, uncertainty, and maisir, gambling. Consider this. When you save and invest, you're not just protecting yourself from financial hardships, you're also following the teachings of Islam, which encourage us to be responsible, prudent, and forward-thinking. Moreover, when you invest in halal ventures, you contribute to an economy that values fairness, transparency, and shared prosperity. So, start today. Begin with small, manageable amounts if you must, but begin. Gradually increase your savings and diversify your investments. Seek advice from financial experts, particularly those well-versed in Islamic finance. In the end, remember this: wealth is not just about accumulation. It's about preservation and growth. It's about ensuring that when the winds of uncertainty blow, you're not left out in the cold. Be prepared for the unexpected, and you'll find peace of mind. Debt can be a heavy burden, but it doesn't have to be. Imagine carrying a heavy load on your shoulders day in and day out. That's what living in debt feels like. It's a constant weight, always there, always pressing. But let's take a moment to understand that debt in itself is not inherently bad. It becomes a problem when it's not managed effectively. Islam teaches us to avoid excessive debt and to honor our obligations. In fact, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is reported to have said, "Your responsibility is to return the things you have borrowed." This highlights the importance of fulfilling our commitments, and that includes paying off our debts. Managing debt effectively is about balance. It's about understanding what you owe and making a plan to pay it off. Start by listing all your debts. See the whole picture, then prioritize your debts. Which ones have the highest interest rates? These are the ones you should try to pay off first. But how can you avoid getting into too much debt in the first place? One way is by living within your means. Don't let the desire for material possessions lead you into a debt trap. Remember, contentment is a treasure that never runs out. Another way is by saving regularly. Even a small amount saved regularly can provide a cushion for unexpected expenses and reduce the need to borrow. If you find yourself in a situation where you have more debt than you can handle, don't despair. Seek help. There are many organizations that can provide advice and support. They can help you develop a debt management plan and negotiate with your creditors. Remember, it's never too late to start managing your debt. Every step you take towards paying off your debt is a step towards financial freedom. And financial freedom is not just about having money, it's about having choices. It's about living a life free from the constant worry about money. Free yourself from the shackles of debt and you'll find financial freedom. Every penny counts, especially when it comes to spending wisely. In the world of finance, wisdom is not just about how much you earn, but also how wisely you spend. Islamic teachings are rich with advice on this matter. The Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, once said, "The best dinar a man can spend is a dinar spent on his family." This statement underscores the value of prioritizing necessary expenses, particularly those that benefit your family and yourself. But how do we ensure that we are spending wisely? Well, it starts with understanding the difference between needs and wants. Needs are the essentials, the things we can't live without, like food and shelter. Wants, on the other hand, are things we desire, but don't necessarily need for survival, like the latest smartphone or designer clothes. Islamic teachings encourage us to satisfy our needs within our means and to be moderate in fulfilling our wants. It's okay to indulge once in a while, but it's important to ensure that our wants don't overshadow our needs or lead us into debt. Another aspect of wise spending is avoiding wastefulness. In the Quran, Surah Al-Isra, verse 26, it is said, "And do not squander wastefully. Indeed, the wasteful are brothers of the devils." This verse is a stark reminder of the importance of avoiding wasteful spending. So, how can we avoid wastefulness? One strategy is to plan our purchases in advance. Instead of buying on impulse, we can take the time to consider whether we truly need the item, whether it's worth its price, and whether we can afford it without compromising our essential expenses or savings. Additionally, we can practice gratitude for what we already have. This can help reduce the desire for unnecessary purchases, leading to more mindful spending. In summary, wise spending in line with Islamic teachings involves prioritizing needs over wants, avoiding wastefulness, and being mindful of our purchases. It's about making each penny count towards our well-being and the well-being of our family, without compromising our financial stability or future. Spend wisely, and your wealth will grow. Let's recap the key points of our journey through Islamic financial planning. As we embarked on this enlightening journey together, we uncovered the wisdom of Islamic teachings on managing our finances wisely. First and foremost, we learned the importance of living within our means. This is not just about avoiding unnecessary extravagance, but also about cultivating gratitude for what we already have. It's about knowing that our value lies not in our possessions, but in our character and deeds. Next, we delved into the pitfalls of impulse and reckless spending. We discovered that it's not about denying ourselves the joys of life, but about making thoughtful choices that align with our long-term financial health and personal values. We then turned our attention to setting clear financial goals. We learned that a well-defined plan can serve as a roadmap, guiding us towards financial stability and prosperity. This planning also includes preparing for emergencies and making wise investment decisions. Our journey also took us through the realm of debt management. We learned the importance of the golden rule of not spending more than we earn, and the crucial role of the 50-30-20 rule. That is, allocating 50% of our income to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings and debt repayment. Lastly, we tackled the topic of wise spending. We learned how to distinguish between wants and needs, and how to cut back on non-essentials. We also discovered the power of automating our savings, turning a daunting task into an effortless habit. These are not just financial principles, but life principles that align with the teachings of Islam. They guide us towards a life of financial stability, contentment, and prosperity. Remember, financial prosperity is within your reach. Follow the teachings of Islam and you'll find the path to financial success. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more valuable content.